Another one, Kazon's Truth. Let's go. Welcome to Kazon's Truth. I don't have nothing else left but the truth. Kazon's Truth. A new channel. Come aboard. I promise you, you will walk away being enlightened. I promise you that. Anyway, we are currently sitting at 87 degrees on a mostly sunny evening here on the Gulf Coast. Pensacola, Florida is where I reside. Part 2 tonight. A warning to Nolan Wells' mother. And to some more of y'all. You can always start off by hitting that like button when you come in. Share this. Share this. Subscribe if you are not. For further support, you can always Zelle through kazon@gmail.com. Cash App, Kazon Senior. K-A-A-Z as in zebra, O-N, capital S as in Sam, Aura as in railroad, followed by the $sign. We do not own the rights to this music. We do not. The K Factor and Kazon's Truth both operate up under the fair use. It's up under the Copyright Act of 1976, Section 107 to be exact. Everything that will be shown here tonight, it will be for commentary, education, criticism, research, news, ECT. Period. We're not here to defame anybody. This Kazon's Truth. That wouldn't work anyway. All rights do belong to the respective owners. Anything else outside of that will most likely be infringing. And we don't want to do that. Now, do we? Get ready to buckle up. We're going to slide in and we'll get to work. Part 2. Kazon's Truth. Back for part 2. Back for part 2. part 2 after that mini interruption. But yeah, it happened. Jessica Chambers, young lady shown there in the screen. If you wasn't here last night, you'll have to go back and catch 1, 2, 3, I believe 3 to 4 witnesses. Hi, Granny. How are you? Now it's time to continue that on. And to be honest with you, I don't see no reason for no further delay. Let's do a little screen hook up here, and we'll get started. How was your day today? A lot of news going on, a lot of stuff, and at the same time, ain't nothing going on. Nothing. Jessica Chambers. She told 8 people a guy named Eric set her on fire. Maybe a few thought she said Derek. Nevertheless, the best they could come up with was to charge this gentleman here, Quinton Tellis, which in my humble opinion don't sound anything like Eric. But hey, I'm not here to run the trial. I'm here to hit play and let them do it. Let's go.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
What is your name?
Seth Cook,
And Seth, where are you currently employed?
Panola County Sheriff's Office,
And how long have you been there?
since August 1st.
Back in December of 2014, where were you employed?
I was working for Mill Lake Farms.
And were you a volunteer firefighter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where were you a volunteer firefighter?
Cortland Fire Department.
And how long had you been there?
Maybe a year.
And were you at the Cortland Fire Department around a little bit after 8 on Saturday night, December the 6th, when a call came out about a fire?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you remember what the nature of the call was?
The tone came through on the radio, and dispatch said it was a vehicle on fire in a field near the tree farm in Cortland on Heron Road.
Were you familiar with that area?
Not at the time.
Who was at the fire station with you?
It was me, Cole Haley, and Jody Morris.
Okay. And I know this question hasn't been asked yet, but when you come in off of 51, if you're going southbound on 51, how do you get to the Cortland Fire Department?
You hang a right on Main Street in Cortland, and as soon as you cross the tracks, it's right there on the left.
Okay. And right before you get to the tracks on the left, what's there?
Cortland Baptist Church.
Okay. And is there a big open field in front of the Cortland First Baptist Church?
It's a big parking lot there.
Okay. So if for the jury's sake, you come in on 51, right before you get to the railroad tracks is the church in the big parking area, and then right across on the other side of the tracks is the fire department. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In which direction would you head, or which direction did y'all head from the fire department to get to where you were toned out to go?
When we left the fire department, we turned west on, I guess it's considered Main Street right there, and then it turns into Heron Road.
Okay. And who was at the fire station? I should have let you finish a minute ago. Who was at the fire station when the tone came out?
Just myself, Cole Haley, and Jody Morris.
And which truck did you get in?
our chief told me and Jody to respond in our brush truck because they did say the vehicle was on fire in a field. And that time of the year it was kind of wet, and in order to be able to get to it, the truck's four-wheel drive, it's lighter than an engine, so we took it. That way we'd be able to get to the vehicle.
And I assume the brush truck has got water on it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long did it take you to get from the station to where the car was on fire?
Probably anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes.
Is it very far?
It's not far at all.
Okay. And tell the jury what you found upon your arrival at the scene.
As me and Jody were pulling up, we could clearly see the vehicle was on fire on the left side of the road, just inside of a private drive. As we were pulling up, our eyes were on the vehicle. So
As their eyes was on the vehicle, my eyes is on them. I want you to see the layers of how deep a conspiracy can go right up under your nose. People that know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. A favor for a favor for a favor for a favor. That's a long, if you don't agree to nothing else, you would have to agree. If the young lady gave a dying declaration, she tells them, Eric did it. How do they come up with a Quinton Tellis? She did unfortunately pass away. How did they get to Quinton?
assessing what we had at the time. And
Describe for the jury the position of the car and what you observed about where the fire was in or outside the car.
See, right now, you the jury. I'm introducing these witnesses in front of you. The state is questioning first. And then on the cross, Quinton Tellis' team jump up and get their questions in.
the vehicle was pulled up in that private drive, and it had been turned and parked parallel to a fence right there. When we pulled up, the vehicle, all the fire appeared to be contained inside the vehicle. I couldn't remember if there was flames coming out from under the hood or the trunk compartment at the time. One thing I did notice, the driver door was open about halfway, and nothing registered in our minds then about it. We pulled the vehicle up into the private drive close to the car, and my turnout jacket was in the bed of the truck. As soon as I opened the door to get out, that's when I looked back towards the west, and you could see a silhouette of someone coming out of the woods. At the time, we were unsure what exactly it was, but it looked like the silhouette of a person.
Were you in the driver's side or the passenger side?
I was in the passenger seat.
Okay. So the silhouette that you saw would have been on your side of the car, of the truck.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just tell the jury a little bit about this silhouette. What did it look like?
It was probably 30 or 40 feet down the road from us on, I guess it would be on the north side of that road. And we really didn't have that much lighting out there. It was dark. The only lights you had were the light bar on top of the vehicle, and our headlights were facing south, so we really didn't have any kind of lighting on the silhouette of the person. We were unsure what was going on at the time, so we got back in the brush truck and backed up in the road to try and get some headlights on the silhouette, and that's when you could tell it was a person walking towards us.
What did you tell Jody when you first saw the silhouette? I assume Jody was with you, right?
Yes, sir.
What did you tell Jody when you first saw the silhouette?
I just bumped Jody on the arm and said, "Hey, man," I was like, "I don't know what this is," walking down the road towards us. And so that time we were unaware of what was going on. For our safety, we just wanted to back up and get some lights on that silhouette so we could see what was going on.
And once you got lights on the silhouette, tell the jury, please, what you saw.
We could tell it was a female with hair. Hair seemed to be kind of frayed out, like someone had taken their hands and ran through it. And you couldn't really tell if she was wearing any clothing at that time until she got closer to us. And when she got closer to us, you could tell the only thing she had on were panties.
And what did y'all do at this point?
About that time, Cole was pulling up in the engine, and we both approached towards her. And when Cole pulled the engine up, she came around to Cole's side of that engine, and we pulled the brush truck back into where we had originally pulled up at.
Okay. What did you notice about her? You described her hair, and you described all she was wearing was panties. What was her condition as she got closer to y'all?
She looked like she was very dazed, like in a trance. She was having trouble walking.
Did you notice the burns?
Not until they got up close to her. You could.
Granny, yesterday the judge was about to start the court. Totally forgot the jury wasn't even in there. So for me to try to figure that one out, you got to remember now, and I got to be careful, because my wife is from the greater state of Mississippi. Her mom's sister, but they smart though.
Tell
Yeah.
she had burns on her. Her skin it just looked like some really bad sunburn. Her skin was kind of peeling back in places.
Did y'all immediately at this time begin to try to help her?
Yes, sir. They got a blanket out of the engine 81, and I stood right there while they got her laid down on the blanket behind the engine. And then at that time, I think I was still a rookie on the fire department, and we didn't have enough people there to fight that vehicle fire. So I was told to grab a hose line and just contain the fire to keep it from spreading into the tree farm.
Is that what you did?
Yes, sir.
Did you have any verbal contact with this girl?
I did not.
Did you know who it was?
Later that night, I did.
Okay.
But at the time, I did not know that's who it was.
Did you know Jessica?
I went to school with Jessica.
Okay. And were you able to recognize her?
No, sir.
Okay. Was her condition that bad?
I would say so.
Did anybody else come up and help you fight the fire?
Later, it was several minutes after Will Turner showed up, and he helped me, and we worked on putting that vehicle fire out.
And did you, at any point in time, go back and speak with Jessica or have any conversation with her?
No, sir.
Okay. Tender the witness, Your Honor.
Cross.
Good morning, Mr. Cook.
Good morning.
Just a few questions for you, not too many. You indicated that you were a rookie back at that date.
Yes,
back
ma'am.
in December of 2014. You didn't have an opportunity to fill out a separate report or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And basically your duties were to just contain the fire for the most part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it appeared to you that it was mainly just on the inside of the vehicle?
At that time, when we first arrived.
Said that the lighting was pretty low, pretty bad at that time. You agree with that?
Yes, ma'am. It was dark.
It was.
And at the point that you saw Miss Jessica walking out of the street, you said it was 30 to 40 feet coming out of the woods area?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first you saw the woods and then on the street after that?
Yes, ma'am. She was on the north side of that road, kind of coming out of the woods to the road.
Thank you. I attended the witness, Your Honor.
Redirect.
No regret, Your Honor.
What instructions would you give Mr. Cook?
He may be fine release.
Sir, you find excused, you can return to the courtroom, return to duty, or your choice, sir. May call your next witness.
Daniel Cole.
We getting them in and out.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give involving this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
State your name for the record.
Daniel Cole,
And Daniel, where are you currently employed?
Panola County.
In what capacity are you employed with Panola County?
I'm the Director of Emergency Operations, Panola County,
And are you also a longtime firefighter?
since 1991.
I believe you got out of the fire department when you took your current position, is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, as Director of Emergency Operations, what is your role in Panola County?
I wear multiple hats, emergency management, homeland security, search and rescue, fire coordinator, E911, and every 10 years the census.
And were you in this capacity on December the 6th of 2014?
I was.
And do you live near the Cortland community?
I live in the town of Cortland.
And you're aware of why you're here today? Did
Yes.
you respond to the scene on Heron Road on December the 6th of 2014?
I did.
And where were you located when the call first went out?
I was at my in-laws on Main Street in Cortland.
And approximately how far is Main Street, Cortland, from your in-laws' house where you were that night? Approximately how far is that from the scene?
From the scene, I would say 3/4 of a mile,
Not
maybe a
far.
mile at the most.
And did you hear Cortland get toned out to the car fire?
I did not.
How did you first find out that you had been, when were you first requested to the scene?
I received a phone call from dispatch stating that I had been requested to come out to a scene. They described it as the tree farm on Main Street, but it was actually the tree farm on Herring Road.
And did you know where that tree farm was located?
I did.
And why did they ask you to come out?
Anytime there's a injury, a fire injury or death, our office responds, completes paperwork, and assists with the fire investigation if needed.
And when you found out that an individual was involved, did you also speak to anybody with the sheriff department?
Once we got there, yes, so I requested to make sure that Panola 1, Panola 2, Panola 3 had been notified. I received a phone call, or either I called Panola 3 at some point.
Okay, when you say Panola 1, Panola 2, and Panola 3, give me the names. Who are you talking about?
Sheriff Dennis Darby, Chief Deputy Chris Franklin, and Major Barry Thompson.
And is Major Barry Thompson a detective?
Yes, sir.
So did you have a conversation with Investigator Thompson that night?
I did.
And he was actually out of town, am I correct?
He wasn't on scene. I can't speak to his whereabouts.
When you arrived on the scene, tell me what you saw.
I pulled up on scene because of where I was. I went in my personal vehicle. I pulled up on scene. To see a female laying at the back of Cortland's fire truck.
Some of these people shouldn't get in the field that they're in. I didn't. Dang, I could have been, man.
That was heavily burned.
Do you know Jessica Chambers?
I do not.
Who was there on scene with her at the time?
There were two Cortland's firemen, and I think they were Cole Haley and maybe Jody Marsh were there. When I got there, there was another fireman there, but he wasn't with her. I remember two people being there with her.
You mentioned a girl being on fire. Would you describe exactly what she looked like to this jury?
Well, she wasn't on fire, but she had been burned when I got there. She was sitting on a blanket, maybe a fireman's coat or vice versa. She was, hair was singed, It was soot all around her nose and her mouth. When I tried to speak to her, it's difficult. It appeared as though maybe her tongue was real thick. Her lips were constricted. There was red, splotchy places from where the blistering had occurred.
Man, all playing aside, that's a horrible, horrible way to go out. And keep this in mind. They got a monster who they got the first name of. Hell, as far as I know, she could have gave them, not that I know this, I don't have no evidence of this, but for all I know, she could have whispered the last name. They got a Eric Boogeyman walking around Portland, Mississippi. What's up, my tie? My tie, hey, it's going down over here. Huh? They got a boogeyman who will set your on fire. And then the best they could come up with is, although she said Eric, let's charge Quinton. Poor Christine down in South Mississippi, down there in between Jackson and Harris County, trying to get some understanding of how her boy went out for the 4th of July 30 days ago. 30 days ago. 30 days ago. Bam. Her kid went out. And you got to understand something. And I'm showing you and showing and proving to you on the other end how things work in these little towns below the 3630. If you're not a historian, don't even worry about those numbers. You got to really be into your people and no. Just like that boy gave out that coordinates. I can't remember. I didn't remember it by heart. But when that boy gave out that coordinates on that boat, and Vicky, that's the dispatcher. Vicky came back and asked him, "Are you on Horn Island?" It's like they couldn't get the information straight. For 30 days. As it stands right now at 6:59 p.m. Central Time, and the last time I checked, that woman don't know no more about what happened to that boy other than he is not here anymore. Fooling around now. You got judges, doctors. I heard one of the boys' parents is a cop. Other one working the pharmacist. You got a grandfather that all of this is allegedly now. Yes, hell, it's allegedly. Grandpa's supposed to own the whole boat thing. You got 3 boats. Oh, wait, scratch. Maybe it was 4. It's like we solving for X. Let me get back to work. Somebody tag Christine. Willie, Doug, Gracie, or Grace, whatever her name is. The Lemon, Op Tatum. They not asking real questions. Why has not yet to this day nobody with his, in my opinion, lying ass, that Tristan Shepard, you little dirty little liar, you up there on TV, you little dirty little rud rat. You're lying. All them smart people, big money, ABC, Rolling Stone, big money. Big money. Those of y'all that follow me over at the K Factor, I'm just now, hopefully, finally, about to be in a position to put a transmission in. Those of y'all been riding with me over the K Factor, you know that was 2.5, 3 months ago. These folks, doctors, I'm gonna put up 50,000. Boats, money, power. Oh my goodness. I mean, for goodness gracious sake. Come on, man. How you gonna compete with a judge? I don't give a darn if she did traffic court. That's power. She in the rooms with power. The hell? You don't think those people called down from, what was that, Canola? With the little 1-year-old in the car? He down there in the greatest state of Mississippi a couple of weeks ago. Couple of weeks, it's been about a month and some change now. Yeah. Ben Crump was down there. Say his name. Baby Cohen, I think the baby name was. Bless the child's heart. Next thing you looked up, Ben Crump was gone. Al Sharpton damn sure got out from down there, boy. See, it take a little training when you come from up north down south. See, everybody ain't cut the same. It worked for me, though. I'm a historian. Goodness gracious, I like to bit this microphone off. When I say I will march up and down the east coast of the Mississippi River to the Atlantic Ocean to the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, I'll march this land as I wish, as my forefathers and my foremothers have. Everybody not cut the same. And when you find yourself up in a, what can I call it, fiasco, and you playing around with power, I'm talking about Grandpa had the number straight through to the captain. Everybody wished they had a copy of what Grandpa and Captain was talking about. I'll tell you something else, too, about the greatest state of Mississippi. Hey, y'all was here yesterday for Scratch. For those of y'all that were here yesterday, what my man Willie said. He know he was drinking some beer. Then when he got back to the little trailer where, where the little lady friend was at, he was on some beer. You got the Sea-Tow captain. You got Vicky telling him, have a drink. All the major networks, they cut that part out. You little chumps. You little chumps, you. Damn. Dang. And people be trying to tell me, no, we don't need to come together. We just need to pray. We need to vote. Okay, here's voting for you.
All over her body.
Did you attempt to speak to her?
I did.
What type of information did you attempt to obtain?
Tried to obtain who she was.
And
And
how did she respond when you asked who she was?
It took multiple attempts, but we got Jessica. We didn't start with Jessica. At one time, to me, it sounded like a Katina, a Katrina, a Courtney. It was a very
Get out of here. You'd have came out better. Y'all buying that? Hold on 1 second. Listen to the names that she couldn't say Jessica. Listen at this shit. Listen at this.
see a female laying at the back of Cortland's fire truck
Uh-huh.
that was heavily burned.
Yes.
Do you know Jessica Chambers?
I do not.
I don't either.
Who was there on scene with her at the time?
There were two Cortland's firemen, and I think they were Cole Haley and maybe Jody Marsh were there when I got there. There was another fireman there, but he wasn't with her. I remember two people being there with her.
You mentioned a girl being on fire. Would you describe exactly what she looked like to this jury?
Well, she wasn't on fire, but she had been burned when I got there. She was sitting on a blanket, maybe a fireman's coat or vice versa. She was, hair was singed. It was soot all around her nose and her mouth. When I tried to speak to her, it was difficult. It appeared as though maybe her tongue was real thick. Her lips were constricted. There was red, splotchy places from where the blistering had occurred all over her body.
Did you attempt to speak to her?
I did.
What type of information did you attempt to obtain?
Tried to obtain who she was.
And
And
how did she respond when you asked who she was?
it took multiple attempts, but we got Jessica. We didn't start with Jessica. At one time, to me, it sounded like
You ready?
a Katina, a Katrina, a Courtney.
Y'all buying that? You got to remember now. I should have put power up in the title. For God's sake, this man in the greatest state of Mississippi with a jacket, shirt, and tie on, with a pair of glasses, talking with a little bit of tact to himself.
It was a very chaotic scene. There was a lot of noise. She wasn't speaking very loudly. At one point, even laid down beside her just to get close enough to her to try to hear some of the things, the questions. And, everything, some things she said was clearer than others.
I'm going to ask you about the noise. What type of noise was it?
You had the fire truck, 2 fire trucks, the diesel engines off 2 fire trucks, the firemen running around, talking to each other, people, additional responders coming in. It was just a madhouse there for some time.
I've never actually made a fire scene, I'll tell you. What type of noise are we talking about with these fire engines?
I mean, they're diesel engines. I mean, one's a 1-ton diesel pickup, and the other's a fire truck with a big diesel engine in it.
And how close were they parked to Jessica Chambers?
Within feet. I mean, we were right at the back of the Cortland's pumper.
As you talked to Jessica, did you know that something was wrong on that scene?
To be honest with you,
What?
when I got there and saw her, and once we established who
You pull up, you got to ask that.
she was,
Jessica. Jessica. Not even Roger Rabbit would have messed that up.
I asked her, I said, I don't even know if I asked her what happened. I think I just asked her, who did this?
And
Or what happened, maybe that's what I asked.
What did she say, Clarice? What did she say?
she's still speaking in the same manner you described before?
Yes, sir. She had
Leading.
the more questions we asked, she would start out strong, and then it would get extremely breathy.
So then she could start out strong with one name, right? Let me stop. I ain't crossing yet.
Very difficult to understand.
Now, you did write a statement, and in your statement, you were able to obtain some information from her. Is that correct?
Yes.
And make a little note. I know you got your notebooks close by. Kazon Truth operate differently. I'm not Willie D. I ain't Sperling. I ain't no boss. None of that. This is more like a teaching session. So now, remember, tell the babies. That's who it's really for. Y'all old stiff-necked grown folks, you stuck in your ways. Ain't no change in your mind. You wouldn't wear this. You wouldn't wear nothing running around here talking about I ain't black. You wouldn't wear this. You wouldn't wear this. I wear it out the door with pride. But we ain't going there right now. Jessica set on fire, told multiple of people a guy named Eric did it. And the best they could come up with is, let's charge Quinton. Because he took his pencil and stuck it in her pencil sharpener. I'm going to tell you something else, too. I can go a step further. Y'all don't mind. I want to go in and out. Y'all got Christine for me yet? Or Elmo? Tell them to tune in now. Cause I got them a way that they can maneuver. See, other than them trying to make Nolan a drunk, alcoholic drug taker, which is personally, to me, you know, let me give me a minute while I fix it up in my mouth. Cause for a second there, I thought I was over at the K Factor. I was just gonna tell you straight up out my mouth, but I'm trying to do a little better on this channel.
Tell me what you heard and how you heard it.
What did you hear, Clarice?
Um,
Now you got to look at the eyes. Now he's trying to make up in his mind, like, dang, I got my statement. I wrote out a statement. I've already agreed that I have talked to her. I did eventually get the name after. Oh, where my tie at? Katina or Courtney. Thank you, baby. That was almost like my notes. I appreciate that. After he got around Courtney, my name is Courtney. No. It's Katina. Oh no, finally it's Jessica. Boy, stop.
well, we got her name finally, and
I mean, do you see the walk of miles they willing to go when they on a Negro ass? I mean, because you gotta understand. Overall, you won't see it. People work together in the same hospital, the local McDonald's, Piggly Wiggly, Walmart, the car wash. It's like any other, you know what I'm saying? But then, every once in a while, because I'm going to be dead up honest. In the Nolan Wells case, you know what it comes down to? I don't believe them boys set out, hey, let's take Nolan's life today. Let's do it today. There are some that will argue because it was the 250th birthday of United States, not America. Right? We clear on that, right? We don't have to ever go over that again. United States and America are not the same thing. No differently than your pants leg is not your pants. It's just the leg. It's just a leg. It's part of your pants. I like a jacket better. A sleeve is part of your jacket. It's not the jacket though. United States of America. United States is not America. It's a part of America. So they had their 250th birthday. I've had some people that try to explain to me, man, it's a ritual. Man, I'm telling you, they done got together, man. Bullshit. Them people not that smart. They ain't that smart. Got money. Money. Let's get back up here to North Mississippi. We in Mississippi. If any of y'all scared, you can get out at any moment. Tell me which line you want to go to. Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana. Just let me know if you're starting to get a little wheezy in the stomach. I'll let you out the car. I will.
We then,
Hi, beautifully made.
when we asked, who did this, it took multiple attempts, but I did hear Eric did this to me. Eric set me on fire. That's what I
right.
heard.
And
But you got plans. You want to move up, boy, and you don't want to take the chance. And being in court saying one thing differently than what you said on your statement. They got a name for that.
was Medstat called, obviously?
An inconsistent statement. It's people that done went down the road for such things.
Yes,
Ultimately, was she flown out to the regional medical center?
she was.
Now, after your conversation with the sheriff's department and based on your training, did you take any photographs on the scene?
I took one photograph. It was kind of a bust-style picture, and I didn't know how far out the law enforcement response was, and wanting to obtain as much information as we could before she left the scene, I did take a single picture basically from her shoulders up.
And you've seen some other pictures the sheriff's department took, correct?
I have.
And were you able to identify those pictures as what you saw that night of Jessica Chambers?
I sure can.
Let's
Is
pass
this
it.
photograph you mentioned to me in Chambers? Yes, sir. All right, and the defense has seen this photograph?
Yes, sir, Your
All right, any objections to its admission?
None, Your Honor.
All right, you
All
may display the photograph.
All right.
Sir? You may have it marked, yes, sir.
And I know this is upsetting for the family. I'm human. Just the human in me. I know that junk hurt. But family, come on. Man, I'm about to get so hyped up. Let me just try to calm down. If my daughter lived long enough to tell me who did that to her, I'm on their ass. On the person she said out her mouth. That's who ass I'm on. Not going to tell me she said Sam. And then they decide to go charge Paul. Paul Matthews. Ain't got a word Sam in his name. Now we're going to charge Paul. Hold on, officer, detective. She said Sam did it. I know, but because you don't never know what elections. You got people they make movies on shit like this. They do. I don't even know what to think of the family. When they see their loved one displayed out there, I know I've been through it. I've been sitting there that I done played video games with, hung out, cracked up, laughing, to laying on that slab with dials running out of his head. Dials are look like pool sticks that they stick in you if you done been shot or something. They stick them in you to kind of give you the idea of the angle of what's going on.
Daniel, I'm going to show you two photographs. Can you describe and identify these photographs for me?
Yes, sir. There's a picture on the right. It's the one I took of Jessica Chambers on the scene.
And the picture on the left?
It's a picture that I think one of the deputies may have taken, but I recognize it.
That's her father, boy. That's her father. I know that's right, brother. I know that's right.
And is this the condition that Jessica Chambers was in on December 6, 2014 when you were attempting to speak to her?
That is correct.
That's Exhibit 5.
Yes.
If y'all can't handle this now, alert. We go Kazon's truth. You get the whole package.
Daniel, in the condition Jessica was in, how difficult was it to get her to speak?
It was a struggle. At one point, I personally got frustrated because it was hard to hear her. And at the same time, I think she was equally as frustrated because we was asking the same questions over and over again.
You've been around a long time.
I have
Have you ever seen anything like this in your years?
never.
Describe the scene and the attitude of the other firefighters on scene.
I mean, like I said, it was chaotic. Everybody was wanting to do something to help. I mean, there was people stepping over one another. It just was people everywhere. There was people nervous, not knowing how, who, what, where, when. They were worried about people, being close by, looking, seeing, worried about their own safety. It was chaotic. I don't know how, this was the first time any of us have been involved in something like this.
And did you stay there on scene until help arrived with MedStat?
MedStat had arrived, and I left the scene to meet Panola 1, Sheriff Darby, to go make notification to the family, and we followed the ambulance down to the landing zone.
And did you, in fact, go with Sheriff Darby to notify Jessica's parents of what had happened?
We did. I did.
Now, Daniel, switching gears, you actually live in Cortland, we talked about.
Yes.
And during this trial, we're going to discuss the area of your home. Okay?
All right.
Now, are you aware of where Otto Sanford subdivision is?
I am.
And where you live, which the jury will go to your home at one point during this trial, is there a road, is there a private drive on your property?
There's an access road.
Keep this in mind. Make a note of it. Just in case we don't get all the way there tonight. I'm not going to tell you how long this is going to take. It ain't going to be crazy. But I want you to really, really walk through. I want you to look at the people that's going to come sit in that chair where that man at. With that shirt and tie on, with them glasses and that jacket. I want you to listen to the people that's going to come sit in this thing. I'm talking about working in concert to make this boy guilty of something he ain't do. She told him who did it. Mother. My wife was playing around with me one time. I think it was like an April Fool's thing, if I remember correctly. I've been with the woman 26 years, married 24. So don't pick on me if I can't remember which one. But it was like it'd been the last one. when she was up in arms, yeah, we're going to move to Mississippi, honey, 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 honey. For them great citizens and people of the great state of Mississippi, I'm not the one, baby. Some people get offended by what I'm about to say. Do your own, do you check it out. I'm not trying to be Billy Badass. I'm not trying to be God doggone Mighty Joe Young. I'm not no Bruce Lee. Okay? I pretty much mind my own. Now, I have been outspoken in the public before when I see certain things going on, especially if it's with the sisters or the children. Occasionally, if it's a brother who just need another brother, he just need another brother present. I'll be that brother. I was born in Orange, New Jersey, right outside of Newark. Catch it on a good sunny day, I could throw my fishing rod from Orange to Newark, New Jersey. Projects. Projects. Me, Kazon's truth. I wasn't born in the South. I haven't been raised where, oh my God, you see the white man come, you better see the white man, the European, see the white man, oh no, man, K. See, I'm saying though, see the white man, when the white man come, he'll man, you better see, I look like. And then two, you can pick one of them. Swear to God, I swear to God, I think I'm academically more inclined than them. Oh, well, that makes you see, you sounding like no. Meaning, to engage with me, you will have to get up early. You would have had to been unread more than 200 books. That's just to get started. What is he talking about? I'll give you one. Give this to the babies. Get this to the babies. For example, if one said, come on, admit it, you come from monkeys. Most brothers will lose it. Some might be ready to fight. Some might be ready to flee, cry, ball up in a knot, feel some type of way, look at their parents, look sideways. Remember when I said he better be smarter than me? And most likely he not. I would say, son, you judging me by the hair of the monkey. Son, if you peel back the hair on the monkey, what color is the skin? Don't judge me by the hair since you're trying to be funny. What color is the skin? Listen, I mollywopped me one up out of a Piggly Wiggly one time. Yes, I did. It's on record, too. It's on record. It's on record. It's on record. It's on record. Wait, the European, both of them lost it. Lost it. It took them, listen, I had enough time to go ahead and pick up what I picked up. They were still sitting there conversing, and I could see them moving their hand across their arm, and they were taking in what I had said. Don't judge me by the hair with your funny talking ass. You looking at the hair of the monkey and charging it to me. I wouldn't have never thought nothing about it till you brought it up. But Vince, you brought it up. Go past the hair and then get back with me when you can tell me the color of the skin of the monkey. It took them about 17. I remember my boy saying it was under 20 minutes. I'm shopping. This started when little small town. See, I used to get picked on both ways. My brothers and sisters in them in Alabama would say, you and your sister, y'all talk white. Y'all eat with a fork. I mean, listen how y'all pronounce your words. Y'all read books? Oh my God. You got big lips. You're ugly. You walk funny. It really was, it almost was traumatizing. Because the way I came up in Jersey, I messed around when I comprehended sitting on that doggone in my grandmother's kitchen, looking up on that television and seeing them dogs running in behind them women and children and the sticks and clogging of the men in my, you gotta remember now, I'm a little young, I'm young. I'm a young man. I'm a boy. Talking about a young man. I'm a boy. I'm a child. And I'm taking this in, but I'm from New Jersey. Ain't no way in the you'd have been on Parole Street chasing my grandmother and mother and them with no billy sticks and dogs and shit. And it broke my heart. Speed up the story, and unbeknown to me, when my mom hooked up with my stepdad, he was from Alabama. So when I moved to Alabama, when I jumped out the car, it was my intention, I'm finna round the people up. We gonna get some names. We gonna get some addresses. I'm young, but I was with the shit. I was really with it. I'm talking about I'll be the first one to make entry. They laughed at me. Man, my brothers and sisters never laughed at me. I never went to school with Europeans. The closest thing that I saw to a European, other than going downtown Newark, where my mom worked at the Commission of the Blind, the closest thing would be like the Puerto Ricans. But they were Puerto Ricans. They're not black. They're not white. They're not yellow. They're not orange. They're Puerto Rican. I'm from Puerto Rico. You dig? See how that works? Just like you're not black. You're American. And if they want to know what country you come from, tell them. I'm from the country of Florida. I'm from the country of Arkansas. I'm from the country of Texas. You can tell them. You can tell them all the way down to the county, to the city. Damn near to the neighborhood.
That connects my property.
Kazan, you a monkey. Then they got their asses mollywopped about 17 minutes later.
The property around me.
He shouldn't have put his hands on me. I was on that Nolan. Not Nolan. Sorry. Cancel that. I was with that Carmelo. Except I ain't need no knife. I was all right with my hands and feet. But I'll tell you what my weakness was. I come from a place where you throw hands, you learn different types of martial arts. I brought my ass down south. I winded up on my back so many times. I could not wrestle a bit. You hear me? The object of the game was to keep a person off you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You set your feet, you know what I'm saying? Get a little, all that running up. And then you talking about my cousins. I mean, I dotted one of their eyes one time, got my ass whooped and everything. It was this big hoorah and all this different stuff. I wasn't used to, I mean, like, you know. I like to told you that boy's name. But when that boy said what he said in Piggly Wiggly, and I said what I said back, and it took him about 15 to 17 minutes to put it together. We ain't had no cell phones or nothing back then. Couldn't just look up the hair and the skin of the monkey. So you take that to your babies. In case somebody try to run up on them with that monkey, you can thank me later. Tell them, don't judge me by the hair. Go look at the skin of them, then get back with me. Now let's get back to this.
That goes up through Otto Sanford subdivision.
And that access road comes out where?
Otto Sanford subdivision, 51 highway.
Is it in fact a private drive?
Mm-hmm.
At a portion of it?
Yes, sir.
And have you ever known any individual?
Why did he still have Jessica's picture up? We're not even talking about, I know what they're talking about. We're not even on the subject of Jessica, not right here in this part.
Individuals from Otto Sanford subdivision to.
I want to fast forward it a little bit because I want to get to the cross.
Use that path.
I've never seen anyone drive it. I have seen people walking through there and cutting across. Recently, there's been three-wheeler that comes through there some.
And when people from Otto Sanford walk down through there and cut across, what direction would they be headed?
They would head west, and then once they got into the opening, they would turn and go south.
And does that go right into downtown Cortland?
Yes, that's whether go to Railroad Avenue and then to Main Street.
Your Honor, I tender the witness.
All right.
There we
Cross.
go. I done went for nothing. Let's cross.
Y'all to go trip over that cord, you keep pulling on it.
Your Honor, maybe if I could get a little assistance to.
You want to scoot it up?
Yes, just a little bit.
Help the sister.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And thank you. Yeah, thank y'all. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Cole.
Good morning.
I believe you testified that you got a call from Panola County 911. It's about 8:20 or so.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the fact that you were at your in-laws, what time do you think that put you there? 8:25, something like that, on the scene?
I would say from the time I received the call to the time I made scene, strictly guesstimation because I don't have the times in front of me, I would say probably 2 to 2.5 minutes.
Okay. So 8:23?
Yes, ma'am.
When you got there, you saw who you thought to be Cole Haley and Jody Morris,
Yes, ma'am.
and just one other fire person. That would have just been Seth. Do you know him?
But I know who he is.
So at that point, there was no other individuals there.
You know, I can't tell you that 100%. Like I said, when I pulled up, I'm not going to say that there wasn't another fireman. I don't recall from memory.
They were rendering aid, though.
Yes,
Jody
ma'am.
Morris and Cole Haley were rendering aid to Miss Jessica, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I know Jay asked you about the fact that you did do a report back then. You
Yes.
agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
Do you recognize that?
I do.
Is that your report?
Yes, ma'am.
signature at the bottom, correct?
Correct?
Your Honor, at this time, I would like to have this report admitted into evidence and marked as an exhibit.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, being no objection, be marked and admitted. All right, Ms. Palmer.
Thank you, Your Honor. You talked a little bit about talking to Jessica,
Yes, ma'am.
correct? And would you agree with me, your report is pretty detailed? You agree with that?
Well, I mean, yes, ma'am, it states the basics of what happened.
Yes. And if you look through it, it also indicates where things that Ms. Jessica stated to you, you put that in quotes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Now, if you will, go to the second paragraph of that statement. You see where it says, I responded to the scene.
Yes, ma'am.
Start reading there for me.
And found Cortland and Station 14 fire departments on scene extinguishing the car and a couple of firefighter EMRs rendering aid to a female patient. I approached the patient and started asking who she was. She stated Jessica. I asked Jessica who, and after a couple of times of not hearing her, she said Chambers.
Okay. And if you would please go to the next paragraph, read that for me.
I then asked what happened, and Jessica responded saying, Eric set me on fire.
Is that in quotes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So back then, you did this report about 12 hours, I think you said, after everything happened. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
correct?
That is correct.
And is the Eric set me on fire in quotes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Continue reading for me.
I asked Jessica again what happened, and she stated multiple times, Eric set me on fire. I then asked what was Eric's last name, and Jessica responded, I don't know. It's not in quotes, because, I mean, that's what I got out of what she was saying, and she was kind of shrugging her shoulders.
Now, in those two paragraphs, did you indicate anything about her telling you that her name was Katrina or Courtney or anything like that?
No, ma'am. I didn't put it in my report.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Be careful now.
The report was written within 12 hours of a very traumatic, chaotic scene, and it was omitted in my report.
And the purpose for writing a report right after something happens is so that you can record it when it's fresh on your memory, correct?
Well, typically, I would wait a little longer.
Uh-huh. See, the boys and them, back in the Nolan Wells situation, this is what they did. They went radio silence. See, to them, you're laymen. You don't know how to really use the Constitution. Most of you don't even know your right. Most of you, if a cop just walked up to you, what's your name? You'll tell him. You'll tell him. I've always said we get beat by what we do not know. I'm going to say it again. We get beat by what we do not know. I knew what was up when the judge and Warren and all of them went radio silence. To be honest, if the roles were reversed, I'd have done the same thing.
To process everything that went on, I was asked to get this report turned in ASAP, so I did.
And at the point that you did it, you put details as specific in quotes about Eric set me on fire.
Yes, ma'am, I heard that.
All right. So your first opportunity to talk
So why y'all got Quinton over there? Why y'all messing with them? Let me stop.
to Miss Jessica was when she was on the ground behind the fire truck, correct?
Correct.
And actually, you had another opportunity to speak to her. You agree with that?
Yes, ma'am. I approached her again in the ambulance where
Yes.
it was not as noisy.
Okay. If you would, go 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th paragraph down there.
I then went to the ambulance to where the two ambulance personnel and firefighter paramedic Casey Austin was prepping Jessica for transport to the landing zone. I asked her again, who did this? And she said, Eric did. He set me on fire. And I asked Eric who, and again, you got the same response, like she didn't know. The three medical
Are y'all counting these Erics? Huh? Count them.
personnel acknowledged that they had heard what she'd said, and I exited the ambulance.
Yes. Thank you. And I believe that you indicated her breathing was somewhat labored.
Her breathing was labored, her speech, she struggled to get out everything she got.
Okay.
Now, to tell you
But-
that some of it wasn't clear, I'm not going to say that. I mean, you could understand some things she said, but not everything.
Yes, sir. And, but certainly the things you did understand her to say, you put that in the report.
I did. Quotes.
With respect, what would it, I bet you wouldn't email me a old screenshot or snap thing and email it to me at kazon@gmail.com. It's up there.
And quotes, you said?
Yes.
Now, your report indicates that you also gave
This is scary. If you have children, grandchildren, a nephew, a favorite cousin, uncle, all because you fooled around with a girl. They willing to let the killer, greatest state of Mississippi.
this same information that's in your report. Eric set me on fire. Eric, I don't know his last name. What's in here? You stated that to law enforcement. I think Edward
sir.
Dixon, I believe.
There's Edward Dixon or Panola 10 or Panola 22, which would be, Panola 10 would be Darrell House. Panola 22, I think, is Maurice Market. I'm not sure exactly who. I know I gave it, I'm more than positive I gave it to Edward Dixon, but I also verbally relate it to the other two.
Yes, sir. And Barry Thompson as well by phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Mr. Cole, you were also given some information that from two of the, or at least one of the other firefighters, Cortland Fire, that there was a suspicious person on the scene. You recall getting that information?
Yes, ma'am.
And let me make sure I had the name. It would have either been, Will Turner?
I know Will Turner, yes, ma'am.
You do. And he's with Cortland Fire Department,
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
And I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yes,
sir?
ma'am. I
Okay.
do.
And then Brandy Davis, I believe. You know him as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And they gave you some information that they thought they had seen a suspicious older black male on the scene of the fire. You agree with that?
Yes, ma'am. Seems like I do recall them telling me that.
Yes. And they went as far as to give you a tag number of this
Yes, ma'am.
person that they thought was out there. You
That's
received
correct.
that?
I do remember receiving the tag number.
Gave that information to Edward Dixon.
They gave it to the law enforcement. Yes, ma'am.
Now, my last questions have to do with, I believe that, I'm not sure if you're in this same capacity now, but you're a co-coordinator of search and rescue team.
Yes, ma'am.
Did I get that correct?
You're correct.
Okay. And it's your understanding that back then, this was December 6th, maybe a couple of days after that, that there was a search and rescue team sent out
We were
to?
requested to come out and walk the side of the road and see if we discovered anything that could be considered evidence.
And you thought that keys were found?
At some point in time, the discussion of keys came up. I don't know that anybody on our search and rescue team found them, but and it may have been the keys is what prompted us to go out. I don't know. You would have to refer that question to someone else. We were requested and we came out.
And at that, basically what you're saying is you don't know the results of that?
No, ma'am. Never laid eyes on them.
Okay. And after you gave your statement or your report back then, basically there were no additional encounters with law enforcement from you?
No, ma'am.
Courts and judges, just a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
I would send it to witness, Your Honor.
All right, redirect.
Daniel, she asked, Ms. Palmer asked you about this being fresh on your mind. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Is this something that will ever not be fresh on your mind?
I see that picture I took every morning and every night.
She asked you about the search and rescue. When would the search and rescue team, this happened on a Saturday night, correct? Is that right?
That's correct.
And when would the search and rescue team have been called out?
Again, I don't have anything in front of me. I would guess it would have been Monday afternoon or Tuesday. I can't speak to the exact date and time.
Ms. Palmer also asked,
See how late they be moving? The Nolan case, I'm sorry, man. They just bless Christine, bless your heart. Them people were moving just as fast as you were. You just didn't have no resources, baby. They had resources. You hear me? They had resources. And with Nolan Wells. A judge? Do we have any idea how many numbers she have on speed dial? If she really loves her husband, and that's her husband's son, she the stepmom. You have any idea how far she willing to go to covet her husband's love by saving his son that's not even her son, allegedly? Radio silence, social media shut down, attorneys, if not hired, at least retained. Then the boys had to do their part. Because she probably wasn't out there. Ooh, you ought to pit them against each other. Because, they tried to make Katie, in the very beginning, as they were trying to make Nolan look like a drunk, they were trying to make Katie look like a little garden tool. Yes, they was. I went up on one dude thing and told him straight up, I hope Katie dad come whoop you upside your doggone dormitory, boy. You gonna make that man daughter just go out there, just drop out, just drop right there. Come on, everybody on the beat. Come on, I want it. Come on, bam, let's go. Christine and Elmo, Nolan Wells' team, they were moving just as fast as y'all were. If they wasn't moving faster. Dang, Chris, you need somebody on the inside, baby. You and Elmo, y'all, what about the coach? You need about three people who got numbers on their speed dial. All you got to do is pit them against each other.
ask you about
You ain't know that? You never read How to Be What? Oh, y'all don't like history. Oh, okay.
suspicious black male being on scene. Is that correct?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
suspicious
Yes.
male. I'm not sure how she referred it. How large is Cortland?
1 square mile.
Something like this happens, you got a lot of nosy people around?
Yes, sir. On anything.
Were there a lot of people out that night?
There was.
And did you, along with other firemen, attempt to secure the area of the scene?
That is the South now. If it's 6 people out there, that's a lot to them. Okay, I just want to make sure that it's in context. Okay.
As best we could. I mean, I didn't. I was tending to.
Oh shoot! You know what? Thank you so much. With respect, I wish we were crowded up in here. I was trying my best to put it out there early. Damn, it's like 3 ways I want to tell you this. All right, we here for education, right? Okay. See, can you handle this? Let's leave this. Let's go back to 1867, 1870, 1871, right? The federal troops had set up their bases in the South, and that's where we would go to get some straightening. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do a whole thing on this. Y'all really do need to get this. If you ever can figure out, stop doing the black thing. Stop telling them people you black. Just stop that. Stop it. They run you under the black codes. It's certain things they don't have. There's things that are happening that you are doing with your own mouth in your own action. It's like you're participating in the very thing that you're kind of like crying about at the same time, right? After the Civil War, if there wasn't no FBI, you would go to the federal troops. Those people that stayed around the bases or the the landmass that the Union had done took over and was holding control over. Some of the brothers and sisters got their land back. I underline that. Got their land back. Some say colored. I can operate with the ones that say Negro. I ain't lying. If I can get everybody together, see they would have to colored. I'm trying to see where's my. I don't want to go through that tonight. A. Respect. I'm gonna make a note of that right there, because there's an order that it comes in. Slave, ninja, Negro, colored. Anyway, if your birth certificate said Negro, colored, if I could get y'all together, what's today? Tuesday. If I could get y'all together on Friday and we line up right, by Monday evening, going into Tuesday, you get your reparation.
The just can get.
Don't never think they don't know who you are. They know who you are. Just like they know you're not black. They know they good though. They is quite okay. And you got to keep in mind, the ones that know what I know, and I know they know, especially if they're a lawyer, judge, political science major, especially them. You will have your own. There will be some of our own people. You won't get the money, but they'll make some money off of you being black. Huh? Man.
Trying to figure out who she was and who might have done it.
And let me ask you a question based on your experience in securing crime scenes. Does that sometimes include running people off?
It does.
Finally, you stated in your report what you said you heard. You've already testified. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Speak
That's
up,
correct.
boy.
You've
Speak
already
up.
testified as to the condition that Jessica was in her speaking.
Yes.
Is this what Jessica Chambers looked like on December 16, 2014, while you were talking to her?
Yes.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
What instructions would you give the witness?
I would ask Mr. Cole be finally excused.
Mr. Cole, you're finally excused. You can leave or you may remain in the courtroom. Your choice, sir. Thank you. You may take your exhibit down, Mr. Hale. Or
Yeah.
you may call your next witness.
Brandy Davis.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Oh, yeah.
On the evening of December the 6th of 2014.
I was in.
Hold on.
There
We need his
was.
name. I'm sorry.
And did you, along with other firemen, attempt
Hold
to
on.
Or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
And they'll do that on they guard. Oh, my goodness. Boy. Y'all better go get your peeps and tune in to Kazon's Truth.
All right. What is your name?
Brandy Davis,
And Brandy, are you a volunteer firefighter with the Cortland Fire Department?
yes, sir.
And how long have you done that?
Certified in '94, state certified.
Okay, can you speak up just, pull that mic, other one.
All right.
Been a state.
I'm going to fast forward through this because remember, we just trying to get to where most of them say, you know that went quick.
In the courtroom, your choice.
Hold
All
on.
right.
Okay. If you will, let me point
MedStat on scene.
you, yes.
Hold on.
What would be considered,
Ma'am?
I apologize, I was just going to object to leading the witness as the time.
All right. Your objection's noted. I'll overrule the objection. You may continue.
Where exactly were you when the call came out?
And El Mariachi's Mexican restaurant
And where is that?
in town of Batesville.
All right, you're familiar with the Cracker Barrel area, is that
Yes,
correct?
Yes.
Is that in the
Y'all should have seen my face when I first moved to Pensacola. And I had never in my life heard of that. My wife, but before she was my wife, we're going to go here. Turn here. Okay, make a right here. I'm like, where are we at? We're going to this restaurant. Okay, get on up in that mug. I was like, what's the name of it? Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel. Fam. I rolled that car up around the front and saw them two old 19, bump that. 1820 rocking chairs sitting up on that porch. I ought to let my wife tell you the story. All I can tell you is, fast forward, we didn't never make it into the restaurant.
area?
Matter of fact, it had to be about 12, 13 years before I finally went in a Cracker Barrel with rocking chairs and them old school checkerboard, the big one. And everybody out there did not look anything like me. Ush.
In the strip mall, a little bit past Cracker Barrel, yes, sir.
Okay. So there's a retail outlet mall, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that restaurant is in there, so you had to respond from there to Cortland?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tend to the witness, Your Honor.
Cross?
Good morning, Mr. Davis.
Morning.
If you could, I was sitting on the other side of the room. Could you speak up just a little bit more?
Yes, ma'am.
For my sake, for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Sorry
then
about
everyone I know can hear you. Thank you for that. I have a few questions for you this morning. You agreed that basically you were the first EMR.
Not here. Our Cracker Barrel's still open here. I do believe. I'm going to check it out.
Firefighter on scene.
Yes, to the best of my knowledge, yes.
Yes. And when you got there, first person you spoke with would have been Jody Mars.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And he was there, and he advised you of what the scene situation was.
Right.
And there was also, I believe you testified that it seemed like it was a crime scene at that point.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You approached Miss Jessica and started talking to her shortly after that.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you mentioned about a turnout coat. Is that a pretty big firefighter coat?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You took that coat and placed that to give additional warmth to Jessica.
Right.
Okay. As well as I believe there were blankets there also.
See, I learned something. I did not know that burn victims actually feel cold. I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am. The blanket was around her first, and my turnout jacket was laid over it.
Yes. And that was to provide her with additional body heat,
Yes, ma'am.
comfort,
Say less respect.
that type thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And I believe from there you did what would be
Respect. Let me talk in code for a second. If I take your whole name, the whole name, we could say check on the last part, the numbers.
considered, is this EMR terminology patient assessment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if you will, you indeed wrote out a report.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And may I approach?
You may.
Approach the witness, Your Honor?
Ours was sitting back off in the cut, right off the interstate. It'd be like smack, smack, and gone. Matter of fact, okay, say less. That's good. That's good. Okay, so that tells me, okay, so yeah, your knowledge will be on up there. No wonder you speak as you do. Ours, check it out now. Check it out. Ours, all the way over to Ocean Springs, to Biloxi. All of them have a Cracker Barrel. All of them are right up off of I-10. I-10, the last line of east to west at the bottom of the United States of what? America.
Is that it? Is that what you wrote out?
Yes, ma'am.
It is, okay. And it would have been written just a little bit after that date, December 8th.
December 8th, that's correct.
Yes. Your Honor, at this time, I would like to have his statement marked as an exhibit and entered into evidence at this time.
Any objection? No. There being no objection, it'll be marked and admitted.
Yeah, let's get it on the record.
Your testimony earlier is that Jessica appeared to be a fighter. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And I believe you said she was also trying to tell you who she was. You agree
Yes,
with
ma'am.
that? Okay. And would you also agree that she was trying to tell you who did this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you will, go about 7 lines down.
Mm-hmm. And her up.
Let's start at this time. If you could start reading there for me.
At this time, as my patient assessment, I asked baby girl, can you tell me your name?
Okay, do this for me. Read a little bit slower,
Wow.
a little bit louder.
I, at the time,
Boy, what's wrong
hold on
with
just a
you?
second.
Yeah, get your ass right now.
At this time, as my patient assessment, I asked baby girl, can you tell me your name? She replied, Jessica Chambers.
Okay, and I'm going to stop you there. Did you put that language, baby girl, can you tell me your name? She replied, Jessica Chambers. That's all in quotes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that means to you that that's what she said to you, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Keep reading for me.
Uh-huh.
At this time, I knew her airway was stable and her level of consciousness.
Okay. And so basically you were saying that she could talk, you understood her, airway stable, level of consciousness clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Keep reading for me.
Heard radio traffic at the time, MedStat was on scene.
Okay. And so you're saying heard radio traffic at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
Read that next part again.
MedStat on scene.
Yes. Keep going.
Okay.
At that time, I comforting her and maintained her conscience, and as well as asked, who did this to you?
Okay.
She
So
rep-
this would have been, I'm sorry, keep reading. I apologize.
I asked, who did this to you? She replied, Eric.
Keep going.
I then said, baby girl, what's Eric's last name? She replied, Eric. My thoughts, it was like she thought I knew him or knew who Eric was.
Uh-huh. I think I know one. Y'all wait till we get there. Y'all wait till we get this. Is really 2 detectives we gonna deal with.
Now, thus far in what you're reading and what you prepared in your report back then, you actually spelled out the name Eric, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is Eric also in quotes in what you just read?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How is Eric spelled?
As far as I know, E-R-I-C.
Yes, that's what you have in your report, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Continue reading for me.
I asked again, baby girl, who did this? She replied, Eric, again.
So that's what you meant by the fighter part. She was continually trying to talk to you, correct?
She was doing her best.
Yes. Okay. And what she did was to tell you the name one more time, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me move you away from your report for just a little bit.
Yeah. Granny, how many generations down there in that South Florida?
At some point after Jessica had been placed into the ambulance, you recall actually going over to the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
You do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what happened is that you went over there to determine if there was anybody else in the car.
That's correct.
Okay. You noticed that there was something else in the car that caught your attention.
Yes, ma'am. Looked to be a can of Freon or something of that nature.
A can of Freon?
Looked to be.
Okay. Okay. If you will, let me point you back to your report just for a moment.
Okay.
Let's go to the second page of it. See where it says at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Start reading there for me.
At that time, Panola County Sheriff's Office investigator made scene. I reported no one else in vehicle and nothing like a purse or anything visible. And the only thing odd was a can of Freon in the passenger side rear floorboard.
One more sentence.
I told him that everything that's stated above on what she personally told me as a patient.
Okay. Thank you for that, Mr. Davis. Now, at some point, there was some additional information that you had gotten about a tag number.
Yes, ma'am.
And that would have been from a person that,
Uh-oh. It's note time. Make a note. Tag number.
both yourself and you communicated quite a bit with, I believe it was Will Turner.
Yes, ma'am.
Both of you are from Cortland Fire Department.
Yes, ma'am.
And this particular tag number of the person that was out there was suspicious enough for you to make note of that.
That's correct.
And so what happened was that a tag was gotten. You agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
And then that tag information, I believe, was conveyed to Daniel Cole.
That's correct.
So not just some onlooker, the person was legitimately suspicious to you, to the two of you.
She wasn't part of fire EMS that we knew of.
Yes, sir. Of course, indulgence. That's all.
Remember, he said she.
I attended the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Redirect.
I'll move through this redirect. He done gave us what we needed.
The courtroom, your choice, all right? May I call your next witness?
Shane Mills.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, ma'am.
Now, if somebody feel like they just really want to hear the second part of the redirect, let me know. If you have any questions, ask. I know this case inside out. I know the Albury case inside out. I know the Michael Dunn who shot Jordan up over in Jacksonville, Florida, over loud music at a gas station, inside out. Amber Geiger, Texas, shot Bolton Jean. I'm going to tell you something. Take it for a joke if you want to. It aligns with me telling you to stop telling them people you black. Get this. Had Bolton Jean been born and raised 2, 3, 4, 5 generations in Texas, Amber Geiger would have went free. Because Bolton Jean, although he looked like us, he had hair like us, skin color like us, he could blend in with us. At the end of the day, he ain't us. He's St. Lucian. That's where his folks from. Amber Geiger killed a national. She killed somebody that got a nationality. Walked in his apartment. I don't give a darn if he was butt naked dancing on the kitchen table. That's his apartment. By himself. She out now. Had Bolton Jean been from Texas, Austin, San Antonio, Tyler, Corpus Christi, if he would have been from Texas, born and raised, Amber Geiger would not, I repeat, would not have went to prison. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. While I'm on that subject, I'm not too impressed with that little police department on what they were talking about my people, about the Martin Luther King parade. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I emailed the court team because they tried to cut that part out. Got him.
All right.
Mr. Mills, we having a little trouble with the mic, so I need you to speak up so everybody can.
I said, if Bowden Jean would have been born and raised in Texas, Amber Geiger would not have went to prison.
Here, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, state your name for me.
Shane Mills.
And Mr. Mills, are you a member of the Cortland Fire Department?
Yes, sir.
And were you a member of the Cortland Fire Department on December the 6th of 2014?
I'm going to get past him. It's basically the same question. The prosecutor got a weak case here. Oh, hold on.
Talk was very faint because, like I said, where I was at was right beside me. I couldn't understand what she was saying.
Your Honor, I tender the witness.
Crawl. You need some water? You okay? Would you like some water?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the witness some water. Just a moment, we're getting the witness some water.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Palmer.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mr. Mills.
Good morning.
It's morning, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm already in the afternoon.
Hey, it's okay.
How long had you been with the Cortland Fire Department?
That Mississippi respect and how they talk. Baby girl.
Back
That was Jessica.
in December 2014.
I believe I was there 3 years before.
They don't play about them tight. They also a turn on them. They also turn on them now.
And you said that you were some distance away before you got to the scene.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You recall, basically when you got there, it was only Cole, Seth, and Jody were there,
Yes, ma'am. To my knowledge.
to your knowledge. Okay. And would you say your duties were basically confined to putting the fire out?
My duties was to help anybody or anything that needed help to be done.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. Basically, what you ended up doing, though, was, for the most part, extinguishing the fire.
No, ma'am.
Did not? Okay. May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
Hell no, don't
Do you
don't let Miss Palmer do that to you, my boy. I'm sorry, y'all. I just know the case inside out. It cracked me up.
recognize that?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
Uh-huh. What is it?
Well, that's a piece of a statement that I wrote. It's not very good, but
Okay.
it's what I wrote.
You wrote it.
And would have been written, you think, next day within 12 hours or so, right after everything happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At this time, Your Honor, I would like to have his statement marked as an exhibit and admitted into evidence.
Any objection?
Oh, sorry, Your Honor.
There being no objection, it'll be marked and admitted.
We got to mark it. Christine, I want you to get a load now. I want you to get a load of this.
That'll be 8, Kathy.
Poor Quinton didn't have no Ben Crump, no Al Sharpton. They giving the eulogy. They keep repeating Emmett Till, Mega Eggers. And I'm like, they're all fine and good. I notice I keep hearing the Emmett Till's story float around. I can't mess with his folks. Them boys, his cousins and them, been going around for many, 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 many years. They have many, many, many speaking engagements. They have made a lot of money. But I have an issue with something because we got a problem. Kind of like Katie said he was going to the boat. The boys them said he was going to see. You know it done changed, right? You know the story done changed. You know it done changed, right? Over there with Nolan and them. But anyway, Katie said he was going back to the boat with the boys. The boys say he was going back to the goddamn on to see Katie. He's chilling with Katie. Okay, holding that right there.
I know that I asked that you extinguish the fire. You also did some other things with MedStat, and also you went to the church as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Read your statement for me. I know it's short, but let me see what you wrote out that day.
It said, Station 8 was told to a car fire on Main Street, Cortland. When I arrived, Cohaley was with the patient. I helped extinguish the fire. Once MedStat arrived, I helped MedStat.
Ooh,
then
slow down,
Slow down,
just a little bit.
slow down.
Uh-huh,
That lady's
get on
got to
there.
write down everything you say.
I apologize.
That's all right, start over.
Station 8 was told to a car fire on Main Street, Cortland. When I arrived, Cohaley was with the patient. I helped extinguish fire. Once MedStat arrived, I helped MedStat. Then followed MedStat to the church where we met Flight 1 that was taking her to the med.
Yes. And when you got there, Cole Haley was there with the patient.
That's correct.
Okay. But would you agree that at that point you weren't as close to Miss Jessica where you could understand anything she was saying?
That's correct.
It was pretty traumatic for you that night?
What?
Very.
And so you said that there were several fire trucks there?
It was just 2. Yeah, it was.
It was 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And basically,
Greatest state of Mississippi.
the people who were out there were responders, first responders.
For the most part, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, a lot of them. You agree?
A lot.
From Pope Fire Department. You agree?
Yes, ma'am.
And definitely from Cortland Fire Department.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then at some point, law enforcement arrived.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And would have been Daniel Cole.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we had lots of people out there that were pretty much dealing with the situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Somebody telling a story in the Emmett Tills thing. The woman wind up saying the boy never did whistle. She made all of it up just to mess with her husband. The cousins in them saying he did whistle. We got a problem. She's saying, she ain't have to say nothing. She took a chance even coming out with that much. Right? She said she made it all up. And there wasn't no gun on her to her head. The cousin saying that, no, he whistled. She's saying he did not.
Course indulgence, please.
The boys say Nolan was going to chill with Katie. Katie said Nolan was going to get back on the boat.
Ma'am.
Greatest state of Mississippi.
And I just want to make sure, did you know Miss Chambers before that day?
Uh-huh.
Yes, ma'am.
You did? Okay.
Uh-huh.
No further
You
questions.
see how that's my man over there. He let her handle them little soft like tissue ones.
Your Honor.
All right, redirect.
No, we ain't sticking around for the redirect. He said what he said. He said what he said. All right, let's see here.
How long did it take you to get there? Do you remember?
It took me roughly 6 minutes.
And describe for the jury, please, what you observed upon your arrival on the scene.
As I pulled up on the scene, I didn't know the girl at the time. She was at the corner of the fire truck. They were trying to get her on the ground. I knew she was severely burned. Her hair was frayed. I assisted with getting her on the ground. Then I observed the car on fire in the bushes, and I went and assisted my other firefighter with that car, getting it extinguished.
All right. When you say you knew she was burned, describe what you saw. Did you know Jessica?
I did not know Jessica.
Okay. Describe for the jury her appearance as you saw it when you got to the scene.
She was burnt very, very badly. Her face was burned. The inside of her mouth was burned. Her hair, her arms. She didn't have any clothes. The only clothing she had on was panties. And her body was charred. It was just black skin hanging off of it, burnt skin.
You ever seen anything like this before, Will?
No, sir.
Okay. So if I understood what you said a minute ago, did you assist with her getting on the ground?
I helped get her on the ground, get the blanket on her, and then I left Brandy Davis, Jody Morris, and Cole Haley with her, and I went and helped Seth Cook with the car fire.
Did you have any conversations with Jessica or hear any conversations with Jessica?
I did not. I did go back and try to talk to her, but it was too many people around. Everybody was asking her questions. I just tried to ask her name, who did it, and I couldn't make anything out. It was too many people around, and I couldn't hear their conversations. It was too much commotion, so I just backed off.
All right. You said too much commotion. What do you mean by that?
Just the EMTs and the other firemen that were there trying to talk to her and get her packaged up and keep her conscious. It was just too much commotion.
Was there a lot of noise?
There was a lot of noise
And where was the noise coming from?
around her.
Okay. Was there noise coming from the trucks?
The trucks were running. There was noise coming off the trucks.
Okay. As far as fighting the fire itself, what did you do, or how did y'all go about fighting that fire at the vehicle?
We pretty much just flooded it because we knew it needed to be as much evidence saved off of the car as could be. So we kind of just drowned it instead of doing a direct attack on it. Just floated as much water on it as we could.
And describe where the car was located when you arrived.
It was pulled up on a little hill, a tree right there. Couldn't even walk between the car and the tree, and then the fence on the other side.
Okay. So
He talk a little better, don't he?
you pull. What direction were you headed as you were going to the scene?
I'd be headed west.
And where was the nose of the car? Which direction would
It was
have been?
facing back east.
Okay, so the trunk of the car would have been facing the west.
There's always a suspicious black man. The hell? That's easy. You take a black man, you go get your Christian black codes, aka black codes, and then you can apply them. I'm going to go through them black codes one day. I already have. We ain't even warmed up yet.
Facing the west.
And you advised it was up a little hill.
Up a little knoll there.
Okay. And do you recall a gate?
I just wanted to make sure that I get something out there on behalf of Nolan Wells' parents to give them a general idea of what they're dealing with. That's what this is all about. I know y'all not here to care about no Jessica, Quinton, none of them. You don't know them. But for this occasion, and my wife with that April Fool's joke talking about something, we're moving to Mississippi. So we're headed to divorce court today. Don't pull the U-Haul up. Don't do that. We're going to have a speedy one.
Being there by
The
the
gate
vehicle?
was right behind the vehicle.
Okay. You also, I believe, indicated, or not, you also saw somebody there at the scene that concerned you. Is that correct?
I did.
Tell the jury about that.
This was after the chaoticness had kind of settled down a little bit. I was standing between the Pope's rescue truck and our engine 81, and a middle-aged black male walked up, and I told him, I said, "Hey man, you can't be here. This is a crime scene. You need to leave." He never said a word to me. He gave me a stare that I've never seen before. He stared straight through me.
Uh-huh. Black man. Stare. Angry. Sounds familiar?
I told him again, I said, "Hey man, I need you to leave. This is a crime scene. If you don't leave, I'll get a deputy to escort you out of here." Never said a word, just blank stared through me. He was looking towards where the car was at and in the woods the whole time. He turned around, he began walking off and looking over his shoulder back to where the car was at. He had a blue shirt on, and by the time he got out of my sight, he had a white T-shirt on.
Don't play with my wife know not to be playing with me. Talking about something, we moving. I already be red alert, boy, when we go to her home. Boy, I be on red alert. I never had no issues though. No, seriously. All seriousness, beautiful landscape. Straight beautiful. I'm a historian. So wherever I'm at in the South, Louisiana, the Mississippi River, Alabama, South, that 95 South. Oh man. I love history. I freaking love it. It saved my life. See, what I know don't make me better than nobody. You understand me? What I know, it do not make me better than nobody. Everybody's free to do what they want to do. I'm a nerd. I come in, I grab a book. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 14th Amendment scholar. If y'all ever want to give Trump, not Crump, Trump shot us a solid 72 hours after he took that White House. But he straightened America and told America, hey, listen, all this BSing around with the 14th Amendment, knowing damn well the 14th Amendment was for one group of people and one group of people only. It was for the Americans who are the descendants who were under the institution of slavery. That's it. It's theirs. Not all midgets, all people, colored people, people of color, brown people, people from here, people from there, up there, over there. And my people don't even know this. Man, the 14th Amendment was for one group and one group only. Not the Haitians, not the Jamaicans, not the St. Lucians, Trinidadians. No disrespect. No disrespect. If they went back to their home, Haiti, come on, man, put Napoleon in the headlock. Huh? Jacked up. And that's messed up. They have to pay France reparations. If they were to put something together and wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I'd be one of their top researchers. I'll be helping. And when they get it reversed, that's theirs. I got a sister, Yvette Carnell, over at ADOS.org. That sister made a point, stayed on my mind forever. If I was to help them and they got their reparations reversed, that's theirs. That don't go to me. That goes to the Haitians. That's theirs. Now, if they donated to Kazon Senior followed by the $, or if they Zelle through kazon@gmail.com, I'll thank them. But not at one moment will it be a demand. Well, I feel the same way about my own group. I do belong to a group. Many of us. These people don't be playing. They don't be playing.
Did you notify anybody
I
about this?
did. Brandy Davis was there, and I told Brandy, I said, we need to try to get a tag number or something, and Brandy said, I got that. Brandy told me he got a tag number and handed it
It's always going to be a black man with a stare, looking angry. Huh? Always. Just look. Hey, listen. Come on now. You got to be 3 or 4 steps in front.
over to Daniel Cole.
Warren, the judge, Ashley, all A. Now I gotta give it to Christine. I gotta give it to Nolan's mom and dad. They was they was trying. They was trying. I think dad had the opportunity. He could have got some answers. When he went to go get those keys. When he went to go get the keys, Mama didn't go get the phone. Javon's mom went and got the phone. But Nolan's dad, when he said he didn't want nothing to, make matters would have had to get worse. Where my boy at? You have any idea how far I'm willing to go to find my boy? Listen, I don't want to hurt nobody. It would have been, I'm trying to tell you.
And I had already,
I owe family, kids, children. Listen at the old coach. It ain't worth it. Where's my boy? Now, I'm going to give you a few minutes to think about it, but time is ticking.
already told Daniel Cole before he gave him the tag number about the suspicious mail.
See, they had already made the phone call from the boat. That's how Grandpa got in it. This is Moneyville. They eat, drink, swap. I ain't even gonna go there. Anyway, they do their thing. Did I say drink? You telling me that medical examiner over there and you telling me she don't look like she have a nip or two every hour on the hour?
Would you describe for the jury
I mean, if you know, you know.
how Jessica, you said when you got there she was still upright, is that correct?
She was.
And how was she walking?
She looked more like a zombie. I mean, her arms were out. She looked like a zombie. Somebody off The Walking Dead is what I would picture it as.
Dang.
And did you notice anything about her mouth or anything coming out of her mouth?
It looked like ashes coming out of her mouth when she tried to talk.
Dang.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Turner.
Good morning.
Trying to get my papers together here. Back on that day when you first got there, it was pretty much first responders.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that chaos that you spoke about pretty much had to do with so many trying to get there and assist her in some way.
That's correct.
Okay. Would be Cortland Fire Department, which you were on that, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then also, Pope.
Pope arrived after I got there.
Okay. And then also Daniel Cole was there as well.
Daniel Cole was there as well.
Okay. And you indicated that after that chaos with everyone trying to talk to Jessica and deal with her and comfort her, it was at that point that you noticed that there was someone suspicious.
It was a good while after that. Yes, ma'am. It was, I don't remember time frame, but she was already transported by helicopter at this point.
And first responders were still there?
The first responders were still there.
Okay. You completed a statement. You wrote that out back at that time. You
Yes,
recall
ma'am.
that?
I do.
Okay. May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
You recognize that?
I do.
Is that what you wrote out?
All right, don't worry, fam. We had to get through this boring part first. Trust me. I thought about it. I was trying to figure a way around it, but I won't be doing my job. We had to get these people in here and let them see where on the night that it happened, that Jessica out their own mouth, so they won't say we put nothing on nobody, out their own mouth, them say she said Eric. Then if we can wrap our head around that part, I mean, if you pound 8 people into your head that says your loved one said Eric, please, somebody, I don't care if you catch this video 2 years from now, please come in and tell me why in the world would make you go looking for a Quinton. That's all. That's all.
This is what I wrote out.
It is. And also, the date looks like it's 12/8/14.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, I would like to have this statement marked.
Being no objection, be marked.
After these, after, I think I got one more after him, and then we gonna get jiggy.
And admitted.
Obviously, something bothered you about seeing, I believe you indicated it was an older black male. Something about that bothered you that day.
I indicated he was a middle-aged black male.
Excuse me, middle-aged black male.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you will, please, just go down a little bit in your statement. Do you see where it said he then looked at the woods?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, start reading there for me.
He then looked at the woods in front of the car like he was looking for something. I told him again he had to leave. If he didn't want to, I would get a sheriff deputy to escort him off. The man then turned and gave me the same look as before and started walking back down the road. As I watched him start walking, I noticed him keep turning around and looking up in the woods by the car.
Okay, and so you mentioned twice that he kept looking back in the woods, looking beyond where the car was.
Yes, ma'am.
One more sentence for me.
As I watched him start, I noticed that.
I told Brandy
All right.
Davis.
I told Brandy Davis something just wasn't right about him. He seemed suspicious.
Okay. Court's indulgence, just for a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
I got mad respect for that brother attorney. He was selling furniture for a guy. And it just hit him. My man got up and went to law school. I'm not going to forget to tell y'all the story how I accidentally wound up going to college about About eight, what has it been, about 7 years ago? It was by accident.
I tender the witness, Your Honor.
Right, redirect.
But we don't do redirect. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go.
And describe the scene of what was going on for this jury.
When I first got there,
Yes, ma'am.
and got out of the truck, we walked up the hill a little bit, and I stopped at the stretcher because they were transferring Jessica from the ground to the stretcher. And I just assumed that being on the road that the stretcher would move, like if you bumped it or whatever, so I stood there to help hold the stretcher.
Now, this area, is it a flat area of the road?
No,
Okay. Would you say you were on an incline?
yes,
Did you assist in holding the stretcher?
yes.
Tell me where you were situated in regards to the stretcher, and who else do you recall being around?
And Daniel Cole was at her head, and I was on the side of her head, and my husband was on the right side of me, and Brandy Davis was on my left shoulder.
When you say your left shoulder, what do you mean by that?
He was standing right here, kind of right here behind me.
Behind you? Okay. Now, was anybody trying to talk to her?
Yes.
Do you know Jessica Chambers?
I met Jessica at the ball field when she was a little bitty girl.
Did you know her as an adult or
No.
a teenager?
No.
Tell me what kind of condition that this girl was in.
I was not paying attention to her condition. I was just trying to help do what I could.
What could you see? What did she look like?
Again, I did not pay attention to what she looked like.
Okay.
It was dark there too.
Yes, ma'am. What was the noise atmosphere surrounding Jessica?
There was a lot of noise. You got your fire trucks, you got your pumps, you got your ambulance, you got rubberneckers around, you got firefighters around, you got other people talking.
We've heard rubberneckers already. Tell me what that is.
A rubbernecker is somebody who wants to see everything. You know, like this.
With your rubber neck. Old rubber neck.
These aren't what you consider firefighters.
No,
While you were standing there, was either you or Daniel attempting to speak to Jessica?
not at first. They was trying to put a blanket on her, and Daniel kept saying, "Don't cover her face, don't cover her face."
And what
Damn,
else was
y'all,
Daniel?
y'all were gonna cover her face? She made it all the
Trying to do?
He's trying to take a picture.
And did you assist him in taking the picture?
I did. He had some papers in his hands. I took the papers, and I had pulled the blanket back so he could get a picture. And I said, "Why are you taking a picture?" And
Yeah.
he said, "For identification."
because she naked. And why you need to pull the blanket back? You just need her face. You know, I want to go off into a whole nother.
What was Brandy Davis saying behind you?
He kept saying, "What's her name? What's her name?" So I asked her, I said, "What's your name?"
When you asked her, where were you situated in regards to her face?
Okay, she was facing west, and I was standing on the east, so I was kind of behind her.
Were you standing up or did you have to lean down?
Well, I was trying to talk to her standing up, but I couldn't hear what she was saying, so I bent over.
Was she trying to talk?
She was.
Tell the jury, describe her voice for the jury.
Well, you couldn't hardly hear her. I mean, you got so much noise going around, and you're asking her questions, and she's trying her best to answer you.
And you just stated that you asked her name.
I asked her her name.
Tell me how you heard her response and how loud was it?
Well, the second time I asked her, "What is your name?" I had to bend down real low, turn my head, and I heard her say Jessie. So I jumped up and I looked at Brandy. I said, "Brandy, Jessie, Jessica." And somebody from the crowd over on my left hollered Jessica Chambers. So I looked at her and I said, "Is your name Jessica Chambers?" And she shook her head, yes.
Was Brandy trying to ask any other questions?
Well, I heard him asking her, who did this to you?
Did you ask that question to her?
Yes, I did. I kept saying, I said, who did this to you? I said, honey, I bent down. I said, honey, who did this to you? And all I heard was Eric.
What was the tone of her voice at this point?
You still couldn't hardly understand nothing she was saying, but you had to listen carefully.
And you were sitting right, you had your ear right to her.
Oh, yeah, honey, I trying to find out who did this to her.
I know that's
And where
right.
was Brandy?
I know that's right. You got more heart than them damn men. You want, hey, straight up.
Brandy standing at that time?
He was still on my left shoulder,
Behind you?
right?
Like a rubbernecker. I got you. I feel you.
Were you ever present when she and Brandy had a conversation?
No.
Turn to the witness.
Good morning, Miss Haley.
Hi.
Just have a few questions for you this morning.
Okay.
I believe you may have completed a report, or at least a statement as to what you recall happening back on that day.
Yes, ma'am.
You did?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. May I approach, Your Honor, the
You
witness?
may.
Does that appear to be the statement that you wrote out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd like to have it admitted.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
No objection to be marked and admitted.
At first, I believe you testified that you couldn't hear Jessica too well. Is
Right.
that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. If you would refer to your report, I will try to guide you there as best I can. Go about well over half the page, and it starts with, "I bent down."
Okay.
I tune to the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you. Redirect.
What the hell? What the hell?
Good morning, Miss Haley.
Hi.
Just have a few
Let
questions
me make sure I didn't do that.
for you this morning.
Okay.
I believe you may have completed a report, or at least a statement as to what you recall happening back on that day.
Yes, ma'am.
You did?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. May I approach, Your Honor, the
You
witness?
may.
Does that appear to be the statement that you wrote out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd like to have it admitted.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
No objection to be marked and admitted.
At first, I believe you testified that you couldn't hear Jessica too well. Is that
Right.
correct?
That's correct.
Okay. If you would refer to your report, I will try to guide you there as best I can. Go about well over half the page, and it starts with, "I bent down."
Okay.
No, I didn't do that. No, I did not do that. We're going to get us across it.
There was another paramedic or EMT from Cortland who was already.
They handled it from there, but once the helicopter crew got there, I stepped out.
But is it typical that when they get there, they
That's patient.
Get up. It's still morning. Good morning, Mr. Austin. You stated that you were a paramedic back at that time, but just not on duty, correct?
Correct.
And basically, when you got there, there was another paramedic or EMT from Cortland who was already talking with Jessica at that time.
No, the paramedic and EMT was on the ambulance themselves, and they pulled up just after I did. I can't recall who was actually there talking. It was some other firefighters was there talking to her. I just don't recall which exact ones it was. But no, there was no other paramedic or EMT prior to me.
She was still on the ground?
Correct.
And I believe you also said that you were only there just a few minutes in
Just-
that area
Just briefly before the ambulance got there.
before the ambulance got there. And you didn't have an opportunity to talk to her for those few minutes.
Not really.
Now, you got in the ambulance, correct?
Correct.
And you recall that there was another person who had come over also and got in the ambulance, Daniel Cole?
Correct.
You recall him being in there?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And he was asking her questions as well?
Correct.
You heard him say who did this to you when he was talking to her?
I believe he did. I can't recall exact questioning.
Now, for this particular case or incident, you didn't do a report, a written report?
Right. I had verbal statements given.
Okay. So my question was, did you do a written one? Did you turn something in?
No.
Okay. And normally, you would write up something and turn it in, correct?
Normally, I would say.
Yes, sir. Court's indulgence, just a moment.
Pam? All right, redirect.
Yeah. Yeah. He ain't got nothing else to give. Yeah. It's time to rock and roll up out of here. We had to get through this boring part. Now that we got through this part, and if you rock with me over at the K Factor, you know what tomorrow is. It's Friday for me. For me. Nothing. We're going to come back. And this thing going to heat up. We done let the sister do her part of the questioning. We going to let when my man get up there, we going to get some straightening. See, can we get straight to it? Listen, I'm glad you pulled up on me. No doubt. Kazon's truth. Hey. I know you want to go up there. We walk it slow over here. Keep in mind, I had to prove to y'all. I told you, y'all the jury. You the jury. I needed you to hear at least more than 5 people so that we all in agreement that Jessica said Eric did that to her. And in some kind of way, somehow, they put a man named Quinton Tellis up there. All because, and I'm kind of cutting the mustard a little bit. I'm jumping up. All because, and it's fair for me to just say this now, he had one little fling with her. And she was hitting him up. No secret. That's all I have for this evening. We'll be back tomorrow so we can get a little bit more jiggier. Then we'll put something together to see, because I see what we're at the 4th. Yeah, we're getting closer to that 10th. We'll swing back around and check on Nesto and Sonia. Those of y'all, swing over to the K Factor. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Other than that, any other questions or concerns, you can please email me at kzon@gmail.com. It was thin tonight, but hit that like button for me anyways. Hit it for me. If you didn't do it when you came in, make sure you do it on your way out. $ Kazon Senior. You already know how to spell it. We can also Zelle through kzon@gmail.com. That's all I have. Y'all have a good evening. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.